Hi, I'm Paul Begley. Let's get right to it. Many of you have been writing me, sending comments, sending private emails, asking, Paul, when are you going to deal with this subject? The United Nations yesterday appointed an alien ambassador. Maslin Othman has been selected to be the space ambassador for extraterrestrial contacts. That's right. The United Nations has appointed an alien ambassador. If we're ever contacted by extraterrestrials or by aliens from other worlds or galaxies, and they say, bring me to your leader, the person that will be appointed is Maslin Othman. Laying all jokes aside, let's address the alien issue. I mean, come on. For years, people have wrestled with this. Is there such a thing as aliens? Will they come for us? Who are they? Are they superior to our abilities? We always have this assumption that the aliens from whatever galaxy, that they're going to reach us first and they're going to be more advanced and more, technologically superior than we are. But the question is, who is aliens? And the answer is, quite frankly, I'm going to tell you, they are demons. They are fallen angels. There is aliens. They're not the kind you're thinking. They're not the kind that was in your comic books. They're not these space aliens. Although they do have a physical, spiritual type body. They do speak to us, and they do influence our thinking and our mind, and they do oppress us, and in some cases they even possess us. They are demons, and they are extraterrestrial. So yes, they're called demon spirits. Now you might say, oh Paul, here we go with the demon thing. Okay, let me ask you a question. Which is more logical to believe? Alien demons fallen home, or demon spirits spoken about in the Bible from the very beginning of the creation, when Satan himself took upon the form of a serpent that was walking upright and enticed and seduced Eve into committing sin. Many people believe that sin was the sin, sexual sin, that she fell prey to Satan, and then she was able to consummate that with Adam. Let's do this. Let's break down this extraterrestrial discussion. Let's break it down scientifically and spiritually. First of all, there was an Archbishop, Christos, I'm going to say it right, okay? Archbishop Chrysostomos of Etna, okay? He's an Orthodox Christian archbishop. And he interviewed several people who said that there had been alien abductions, that they had actually been abducted. And the resounding information that came forward from all of them was they felt that the abduction took place while they were at home, usually in bed, alone, and or driving down a road in a car. That these were the most common places that people say that they were abducted by an alien. They say that most of these people say when they were abducted, they were taken into a ship, some type of spacecraft, some type of alien spaceship. They said that their abductors were luminous or translucent, that they had physical bodies, normally around 4 foot tall. They looked like reptiles, and yet, even though they had a physical body that you could touch, they were also luminous and translucent, that you could kind of see through and had that glow from their body. Which, if you were a demon, you would look just like that. You would look like a frog or some type of reptile. You would be translucent, you'd be luminous, because the Bible says that they're fallen angels. And so they were, the Bible even says that we, as humans, were made a little lower than the angels. In other words, we're all physical body. They're physical and spiritual kind of mixed. Okay, so it's a translucent, luminous body that they operate in. Now, they look like reptiles. They have a grayish tint to them. Most people said that they could not tell their gender. They did not know if they were, these aliens, these demons, were they male nor female. But you did figure out which one they were based on their manners, their mannerisms, their conversation. They're just, you got an intuition. You figured out which one they were. Also, and let me just say something about that, because the Bible tells us that the angels are not male nor female. Jesus said that. There's neither male nor female in heaven or with the angels. You see, so what you're dealing with here is spiritual, the demon spirits that can feed off our passions and can feed off our sensitivities and our sexuality, and that's how the demons operate. Also, the victim said they just could not, they just did not want to ever look into the eyes of these aliens or demons. They said that they had the, if you did, you got this horrible feeling of dread. So you didn't want to do that. Also, most people said that while abducted, they went through physical examinations and or including reproduction system analysis, and basically they were received these physical examinations, and they had a lot to do with their reproductive organs and their sexuality. Also, these demons did not speak to them, but generally spoke to them through telepathic, so they understood what they were saying just in their mind. Well, you know, when the demon spirits oppress you or speak to you, you don't hear an audible voice. They literally speak to you in your consciousness and in your mind, or telepathically. And these people who are abducted by these aliens say that after several abductions, and they always receive multiple abductions, they said they felt more familiar with their captors, and they got more at ease with them because they got more familiar with their surroundings. And that would definitely be how Satan would operate with you, by bringing a familiar spirit. Now, there was a doctor, a psychiatrist, who literally interviewed over 100 people in a 10-year study who said they had been abducted by aliens. And during that process, he came up with 8 phases of generally what every person felt. All of these people, that were over 100 people that claimed to be abducted by aliens, had all had multiple abductions. And these are the 8 phases. Now, I know we're running low on time on this segment, so you'll have to go to part 2. The first one is they had the individual had to go through an acceptance of the alien, or an ego death. You will basically, according to Dr. Mack, you will get past the fact that you didn't believe in aliens, and that basically you will come to the conclusion that this spiritual being does exist. It's called the ego death. Okay. The second phase that the individual goes through is called the intermediaries. In other words, you begin to believe that these alien abductors are a bridge between man and God. They're not with God, they're not of God, but they seem to be this intermediary between you, the human race, and God, all supreme and all powerful. Well, that would be Bible. That would actually go along with the Bible. If these are demons, that the fallen angels are operating in that inner space, that gulf between the spiritual kingdom of heaven, where God is, and his angels, and the 4 beasts that are there, and the 4 and 20 elders, as it says in Revelation, and humans, which are us, that live on the planet Earth. These fallen angels are in the in-between area. They've been cast out of heaven and condemned by God, and they are angry and are afflicting this evil spirits upon mankind. This was phase 2. There's 8 phases, and then the conclusion, you'll get it in part 2, the ambassador to aliens. I'm Paul Begley. This is going to get good. I'll get to the Bible.